Hey everyone, welcome back to Well, That's Strange. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the time where I was in my car talking to a friend, and it was over the phone, by the way, and he heard old Aramaic. Now, pretty trippy, huh? Old Aramaic? Like, who the hell is talking that ancient language? Well, let's start from the beginning. I remember I was visiting my family from out of town, and I had come back from a bar, and I parked in front of my relative's house because I was staying with this particular relative. And I decided to give my friend a call. He lives across the states from me, very nice person. I just wanted to call him and see how he was doing. And so I did. And as we were conversing on the phone, he mentioned at some point that he heard a male voice in the background talking in what sounded like old Aramaic or some ancient language, but I remember very clearly that he said that old Aramaic. And, he thought I should know, obviously, and so he told me, and reasonably so, I got freaked out. Now, at the time, I was in a darker place in my life. I was really looking to ancient deities for guidance and to worship, and those were questionable. And that's going to be for another video. I'm really not going to get into that right now. But I remember I was focusing on one particular female deity at the time, and I think, or perhaps, yeah, maybe I know now that I was doing something wrong or I was doing something incorrect in quote unquote worshiping or honoring this female deity. But nonetheless, I was in a dark place. And I was like very much looking into dark things online. I became quite obsessed with it. I wasn't necessarily practicing like black magic or anything evil or dark. I wasn't actively practicing anything other than just indulging my curiosity by researching particular topics that we could say are of a darker nature. So I just thought that I'd give you guys some context so maybe this can make more sense or we can piece the puzzle pieces together here. So, of course, I didn't hear old Aramaic from my end. I was alone in my car. It was nighttime. I didn't feel anything bad. I didn't feel anything evil, dark. I didn't feel the heebie jeebies. I didn't feel the hair sticking up from the back of my neck. Um, Nothing, nothing at all. I was as peaceful as I don't even know what, but peaceful as a monk, I guess you could say. So, again, he said this, and he said that the male figure sounded like they were in their 20s or 30s. So, it was a younger male. And again, when we think of old Aramaic, we're thinking about something ancient, okay? Something from way back then. Now, what that could have been at the time, I mean, it's anyone's guess. I mean, let's go through the list here. Um, was it a demon? I mean, let's just say it. Was it a demonic entity? Was it some ancient deity? Uh, was it some spirit from that ancient time that happened to be with me and spoke ancient Aramaic? I've heard from other accounts that people have experienced demonic entities, for example, that spoke an ancient language. And I don't want to say it was old Aramaic, but perhaps it was something along the lines of that, or maybe some angelic language. I don't know. You guys can put in the comments what you think. I'm not claiming to know anything. I'm just merely stating what I've heard and what I went through personally. So please don't take anything I say as gospel. Rather, this is just my experience and what I've heard. Again, So, with that being said, I don't know to this day what it was. I cannot definitively confirm with confidence, oh, it was this, it was that. I don't fucking know what it was. Let me know in the comments, guys, what do you think it was? Again, 20 to 30-year-old male voice speaking. I'm assuming it was a low tone, old Aramaic. Every time I was talking, it was talking. Okay, I forgot to mention that. Every time I was talking, it was talking. And I thought it was my friend because he has a past. I thought, well, he used to be a drug addict. He has issues from the past. I don't know about now, maybe, but I was like, well, dude, I think it was you. Like, how do you figure it was me, and how you figure this it's associated with me, this dark entity, if you will. Like, what if it's you and you're just hearing what is attached to you? And he's like, no, I don't think it's me. I think it's you. So that's pretty much the end of it, of the experience in the car. But when I got off the car, I remember busting out my Archangel Michael pennant that I had with me. I think I said a lot of prayers over and over and over in the room that I was staying in at this particular relative's house. So I was freaked out. Reasonably so. I was utterly freaked out. I was like, "Oh my god, I like need to like rid myself of this. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it's here. I don't know anything." So again, constant prayers over and over. I think I listened to angelic Gregorian chants. I think my friend sent me a YouTube video that he told me to listen to that. So I did. And I had a hard time sleeping that night. But I never heard anyone say anything about that again when they had a conversation with me over the phone. That was the only time someone's ever said that I can recall. But that's the end of the video. Again, leave your comments below. What do you think it was? What are your opinions, your thoughts? And of course, let's keep it respectful in the comments. And remember, it's supposed to be a welcoming and comfortable environment, more or less, for people that have experienced similar things or into the paranormal in general. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate everyone being here, chiming in. So take care of yourselves, be well, and talk to you soon.